Hello everyone, Jenna here. Welcome back to my channel, and this is like the third time that I'm doing this today. Hopefully it's the last time. It's Booktube-a-thon day 5, yay! And today's video challenge was to, as I'm rearranging all my books over there, was to create a class reading list, like a class that you would be interested in taking, and then like the reading list for that class or teaching or something like that. So basically, there's like 6 books over here, which is why you don't want to take my class. Because it's like, read all the books. Even though, like, I myself am horrible at following along, like, with class readings. Like, I will always, like, Google, be like, hey, what happened during this part? Because I get so bored with the class reading list. Like, I am not interested. If I'm not interested in something, I'm not going to force myself to read it. Sorry, I was thinking about another class that I was taking. What happened to that book? Where is it? I don't know. Anyways, so this class that I would be interested in taking and hosting, I don't know, is about women and sexuality and how it's portrayed in the written medium, I guess. The written medium. Yeah. And there's the written medium, I say, and there's like a graphic novel in here because it's just an excuse to read it. Actually, because it's a powerful teaching techno. Let's just get into the books. So the first book for this women's sexuality class that I have, and actually I've always been interested in taking or reading from like a class standpoint, is Anne Frank, The Diary of a Young Girl, which does talk about growing up in this horrible condition, but like also she does write about how, you know, she's exploring her sexuality, which I think is a good starting point for this. I don't know if I'm reading them the way, doing this in the way that I would say them, or just, yeah. So Anne Frank, The Diary of a Young Girl, on my class reading list for women and sexuality, because it's very important. It does talk about those themes in this book, especially because it's a book about coming of age and growing up in this horrible situation. Moving right along, I'm starting like, I don't know where I'm going with this list. Anyways, we have the Sailor Moon. Oh no, the back cover is kind of, oh, that makes me sad. I just noticed it's kind of dented, and I don't want it to be dented because I'm trying to collect these. Is the Sailor Moon manga, which is one of my all-time favorite mangas, and it does explore, again, sexuality, the friendships with other females, because other than romantic sexuality, it's also the sexuality of yourself and growing up and maintaining friendships with other females, which I think that does an excellent job at. I haven't read the manga for like a long time, but it's very important, and I know it's been like highly praised, saying, oh yeah, it did what a lot of other, I don't know. Anyways, moving right along is the book that was actually on my TBR, which is The Seafarer's Kiss by Julia Ember, because I had a hard time coming up with one that was for my TBR. But it has a bisexual main character, and it does kind of explore her past relationship with one character and then her relationship with another character. So, but like, it's an underlying theme. It's not like the forefront of the theme. No, well, kinda. It's hard to explain. I want to do a review of this book later, but we're gonna set that aside. So that's 3. We have 3 more to go. The next book is one of my favorite books, and it's actually the first book that I read that had an LGBT main character in it, which is Annie on My Mind by Nancy Garden. And it depicts the romantic relationship that's forming between Annie and Liz as they met at the New York Metropolitan Museum, and it just follows their budding romance as they find their friendship forming and deeper bonds are coming along. And I really enjoyed this book, and I think it would be important with this class, like, especially since it was published in the 80s, looking at how it was portrayed then, the female-female relationship, where as where it's portrayed now, even though I don't have another book to compare and contrast, but like, because we see it a lot more now in fiction, and like, how was it portrayed back then? What words did they use? You know, that type of thing. That's going to go over there. The next book I have on the list follows it from a different cultural standpoint, from the Middle East as opposed to the Western world, and that is Written in the Stars by Aisha Saeed, about I dropped it. About a Pakistani American girl who is forced into arranged marriage when she visits Pakistan with her family. So, like, again, looking at it from a different cultural standpoint and finding other, you know, women's sexual identity in another culture, finding it to be very interesting, and how it would be, and like compare it to our own as we live in the Western world. Like, well, this is how, you know, she went through these things, and then when she went to visit her family. Are you leaving? Bye, doggy. That's my dog. She's like, what are you doing? She thinks I'm insane, like, this entire week. What? Alrighty, now wrapping up to the end of the list, we have If I Was Your Girl by Meredith Russo, which is about a transgendered woman, transgendered teenage girl, which, again, I think would be a very interesting look about how her sexuality is portrayed as she is becoming the person that she was into the person that she was always meant to be. And, yeah, that is my class reading list for sexuality and women, and hopefully, and how it's portrayed in a written medium, and comparing and contrasting it with the Western world. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.